Spoiler warning. If you haven't watched the show that we are discussing today and want to avoid spoilers, stop right there. Go binge and come on back. If you have or don't mind spoilers, sit back with your favorite drink and enjoy. Tea.
Tea.
Ready?
I think so. Let me bring this down.
Are
Okay.
you gonna hide?
I'll try. He always gets me, no matter what, even when I'm hiding.
You should just do this. Just do that right
It's
now.
not even like no. He's he gets like yeah. Okay. Anyways, we can start whenever you want.
And welcome to the finale of Koffee and Dramas, the first season, last episode. I am your host, Nadia, and over there on the couches,
Michael.
Woot!
Why'd you switch that around like we why'd you do that?
I don't know.
You're so weird.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna do the Dragon Ball Z thing.
I don't remember. Anyways.
Check out the final episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Woo.
Anyways, okay. So okay, welcome back to the last episode of the season.
Woohoo!
Episode 20 episodes in. It's like oh crap, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
We will
That's
take a
like
break.
almost half a year.
Half a year.
Yeah, 20 weeks.
20 weeks? Half a year? Oh yeah, actually yeah, 26. Yeah. Wow, Michael, count.
You need to go back to school, apparently.
Chill there, huh? Yeah, so it's been fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little break for about a month or so, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'll try and do like a weekly thing,
Woot.
so you'll hear my voice at least. Probably not with this one over here because she likes to ignore me.
Woot woot.
No, I'll try and get her on.
Haha.
But nothing. We'll see what happens. What happens. I'm got things in my mind planning, so we'll see.
He just doesn't like to write things down. But that's okay.
It's because I don't. If I'm not sure about it, I won't write it down.
Yeah. But anyway, so we've decided to do. We've been talking about a giveaway for a bit, and we decided to do the giveaway as our season 2 opener.
Yeah. So in the coming weeks, we'll kind of
Hint towards it.
yeah, kind of thing. We've been planning it. We just having trouble trying to figure it out. We have the idea that we want now, and it's just getting the stuff together. That's all.
Yeah.
It is very relevant to
Podcast.
to our podcast and to the shows. So stay tuned,
Absolutely.
and hopefully you'll like it.
Yeah.
So we hope everybody's doing well.
Woot.
All
It's
our listeners across the world.
yeah.
Probably mostly in Canada and the States, but I mean everywhere around the world.
Welcome. North America, it's Easter weekend.
It is Easter weekend, so happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Our kid just turned 13, so
Woohoo!
happy birthday to him. And
Yeah.
he's officially a teenager.
Sad.
So we have a teenager in the house.
Cried a lot today.
Yeah, she didn't cry. She was going to, but she didn't. So we spoiled him. And then this weekend, we're not really going to do anything crazy because of
the lockdown again.
in Ontario here. We're back in the gray zone, as they say.
Which is fairly annoying.
Yeah. You thought it was getting better, but it's I guess
No.
not. But we'll see what happens with all the vaccinations and stuff like that. We'll
Yeah.
see. So everybody stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do is stay safe and just keep doing it right now.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Exactly. So today's episode is a show that we've talked about before on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nadia loves this show. I do too.
I think it's really cute.
There's a few episodes that were kind of
I think they're filler episodes.
okay, not the filler
Okay, not
episodes.
filler, but like
Okay, so first of all, we're doing True Beauty today.
woohoo! Yeah.
Okay, this is like on everybody's list to
this
watch.
came out with at the same time as Run On.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people were comparing them to each other, but honestly, they're two kind of love dramas, but I feel like they were two totally different things.
Yeah. Of course.
One was like kind of like a teen drama,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one was more catered to an older audience.
Yeah, and I think that the differences here is Run On was more of a realistic, love story, realistic relationships,
Yeah.
whereas True Beauty was more of on the dramatic side.
Yes.
Like, right, it was more of a high school teen drama, right?
Teen angst.
Whereas Run On was trying to portray real life, kind of thing, which was, and they're all both amazing in their own ways. I honestly preferred Run On. Only the reason being because of the way it was written.
Yeah, it was very well done.
I've never watched a show with dialogue like that before. It was incredible. But True Beauty was.
I like True Beauty for the way it was. Like, it was a teen show. That's what it was, and I love teen shows.
Yeah, and so do I. And that's like, I will read teen fiction all the time, right?
Yeah.
And teen romance fiction, sci-fi fiction. So this is this.
It's easier to read, in my opinion, compared to like adult fiction stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like, I don't know, less imaginative.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never read an adult fiction book, so I don't know.
I don't. Yeah. Well, we'll get into. Well, actually, we'll talk about that on a different day. Today, so True Beauty.
Yes.
Is based on a webcomic by Yoongi, and she is pretty. Sorry, that's like the first thing. She's very pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's really cool that I forgot to mention to you the other day, she's actually a single mom.
She's a single mom.
She's a single mom.
Oh.
And she's a divorced single mother.
Wow.
So she has been like really like that's like in Korea, in South Korea,
that's huge.
That's a big like, oh, no. You know what I mean? But she's a working single mom divorcee. Right?
That's awesome.
Right.
Power
and
to her.
That was like really, really impressive when I was reading that, because she was like, she really liked to emphasize that because in South Korea, that's a big like, especially for women, being a single parent and divorced, that's like a big like taboo. No. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you're never getting married again. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Weird.
I mean, like in the Arab world too. Like, Christ.
You'll get married, but you're gonna get married technically below your standing.
They Anyway, so that's why I was like, oh wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. So she wrote the webcomic, and then she did a good job with the comic. I read a bit of it. It was cool. Really, really, really well done with the show.
Apparently the characters really matched her comic.
Yeah. She
or did she change it?
No, so they're very similar, but she based, if I remember correctly reading, she based Seo-Joon on JB from GOT7, if I remember correctly. Him and another person, and another celebrity.
Okay.
And like when she said it, and you see the character that she drew, and then you see Hwang In-yup, who plays Seo-Joon, and you're like, oh, okay. That fits, right? Cool. Same with Chan-woo when he has Soo-Ho. Like, you see the comic, and then you see who she picked. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, okay, it makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the show is a high school teen drama.
Yeah.
Right? It's a typical high school teen drama. It's a little over the top. More so because of the main character. She's over the top. That being because she's kind of in her head all the time. Yeah. Which is kind of like this one over here.
But I'm not like that, though.
I know, but like if you were like more
extroverted,
I think you would be pretty out there like that.
I am towards you.
Yeah.
No one else.
So it's interesting because what you see in the character is you don't really see the defeat in this character. Right, because she's bullied throughout the show, like from the beginning, and you.
I think you see that she's been knocked down a couple times,
Yeah.
but like she just doesn't really let it get to her.
Exactly. And this is like this show is about like her journey, right? And then there's the love triangle, and then there's the relationships and the friendships with the new friends that she makes and stuff like that. There's a lot going on in the show, which is great because a lot goes on in high school, as always.
Yeah.
A lot goes on in life.
Yeah.
Right. So the one thing that Nadia noticed right away was she compared it to another show, Extraordinary You, who the cast happened to. I guess we weren't the only ones to notice that it was like Extraordinary You, and I guess
Similar.
the production company, the producers, and like everybody thought it was as well.
Yeah.
So a bunch of the characters most of the characters from Extraordinary You made a cameo appearance, minus Rowan, that Nadia was like dying to see.
Yeah. Sad.
So that was really cool to see the comparison, whereas you have the comic books. It's like Extraordinary You was like the comic book version of True Beauty.
Yeah.
And then like True Beauty was like real life kind of thing in that like kind of world. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. It was cool. It was really, really cool to see.
It was good. I liked it. And I liked True Beauty was like a bit of a not duller, but like it's a tone down
there you go.
of Extraordinary You.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Extraordinary You
Dollar
was
is
like,
kind of
like Extraordinary You was like, oh my god, why does she keep doing this stupid shit? Stop it.
Yeah, don't get me started with that character, huh? Don't know. Oh, Haru, where are you? Haru, I need Haru. Fuck off. Okay, so the characters in True Beauty. Let's do a cast real quick. So
Casting call.
Casting. So in the title roles you have Moon Ga-young, who plays Ju-Kyung, Cha Eun-woo, who plays Soo-Ho, Hwan In-yeop, who plays Seo-Joon,
Woo!
and then our favorite turned not so favorite in this show, Park Yuna, who plays Soo-jin. She plays the badass girl who's
still badass, and she made up for it at the end of the show. So I'm a woo her.
Yeah, she's awesome. But and then you have like all a bunch of side characters, like all like the. So this show, like Extraordinary You, the students and the families play a big. Extraordinary You, less the families, but most of the students and the staff there played a big role in supporting the main characters, and these characters were amazing. I love the Extraordinary You's classmates. I love them. They were freaking hilarious. But I have to say, True Beauties took it to like another level, right? And the ones that really, really, really loved the side characters was Lim Se-mi, who played the older sister Hye-kyung, and I can't say his name for the life of me, and it's really so it's Oh Ui-shik, who plays Junwoo, who's her teacher, Ju-Kyung's teacher. Their relationship was amazing because it was a role reversal. It wasn't the standard like the guy like he was the one pining over her,
and then she was the one that would take action.
Yeah, she was the action taker, the more like, I don't want to say like this, but like the more the manlier kind of thing, right? So that was really cool to see that
it's
role
also
reversal.
Funny, I forget which scene. It was closer to the end of the show, but I think it's the mom or dad that like points it out too and says like she's the man of the relationship apparently. Like,
oh yeah. What was it? Was it before the proposal?
I think it was at the proposal, and he
Oh yeah. Because all he wanted to do was have the perfect proposal, and he couldn't. Or no. It was during the wedding.
Oh, was it at the wedding?
It was during the wedding. I'm pretty sure it was during the wedding. Because like, come on. Like she I mean like he should have been the one walking down the aisle instead of her.
It was funny.
But so their characters, their relationships, they were like honestly, were the best part of the show. There was only one part where he bothered me.
Yeah.
Was when remember where he got the wrong idea, and so he was gonna break up with her. So they were at the at the street, the crossing, and he's like, "Stay there, I can't do this face to face." I was like, really, man? Like, this is too much. Like, just chill.
But he played it so well.
I know he did it so good, but it's like, yo, dude, chill a bit. Just you're reading
so
too
good.
much into it.
Yeah.
And
So
then
good.
that was maybe the only part where I kind of had an issue with it, because I would have had, even if it was like, I had the issue with like Ju-Kyung, like there was like, remember those like 2 or 3 episodes where she was just too much? Yeah. Same thing there. Like, it's just like, yo, chill. Just chill.
It gives you anxiety when they're just too much, and you're like, just, can you like stop and breathe for a second, please?
Right.
Like, you need to just stop and take a deep breath. Maybe 3, and then
maybe 5,
and then continue.
Chill. Yeah, so it was really, really cool to see the rollover. So you don't see it really often.
No.
In shows and dramas, especially in Korean dramas.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you don't see that very often on this side either. Like,
yeah, you don't really see it. And if you do, and I'm not trying to like be rude or anything, but it's usually like 2 females.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's never like the girl and a guy.
Or it's like the guy that's super shy and like timid to the girl that's like, whoa, out there.
Yeah, but like she's never like like her. She was like, take action, like, yo.
But it wasn't like she was taking action like in a bad way.
No, not.
It was all like,
it was like making the moves that you needed to make. Like,
yeah,
like
it's like, I want you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a you.
Exactly.
Like, it's done.
Exactly.
We've locked eyes. It's over.
Oh my God. Yeah, pretty much. But so like a lot of characters, even if they do that here, it's never that.
Yeah.
Right. Excuse me.
It was cute. It was a really.
Oh man, I
like,
loved it. I loved it. It was literally my favorite part of the show.
Yeah. So you'd have like all the scenes of like the strenuous like love triangle, and then you'd go off to them, and you'd be like, "Oh, this calms me down."
Yeah. So good. So good. Especially when they like. When she first went to his apartment, and like the first time they woke up the next morning, it was just like it was so good. Honestly, the acting and the character and the chemistry between the two was fan-fucking-tastic.
Imagine they're married.
In real life?
Yeah.
That'd be freaking hilarious. Oh my God.
You know what's amazing, and what we should point out here, is that the actress that plays the sister is the girl from Terrius. Oh yeah. And how fucking chameleon she is.
Oh my God.
Like, damn.
She was so it was really like watching the show, you're like, I know her. I've seen her. Who is she? And she was the same as like what's her face? Park Yu-Young, the girl from It's Okay to Not Be Okay, and she was in Romance's bonus book.
Yeah.
And it's like too
like just the hair change. It's like, holy crap. Like,
it's incredible. Yeah. So besides this couple that like they had their issues, but like they were great. Yeah. Amazing. So the main characters. So there was it's funny because there's the whole team Seo-Joon and team Soo-Ho, right? Yeah. The whole thing, because that starts about like I think episode 7, I think 6 or 7.
Seo-Joon was like, wait, how do you say his name again?
Seo-Joon.
His team was like the bullies, like the little gangster guys.
Yeah, but like in real life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
sorry.
Right. So you had the people who wanted Seo-Joon to be with her, and you had the people who wanted her to be with Soo-Ho, right? My issue with this is like it sucks, but he came in late in the game.
Yeah.
Because by the time he was like, oh yeah, I actually kind of like her, was like it was over because she was already in love with Soo-Ho, and Soo-Ho was already in love with her.
It's interesting though, because like she didn't know, but Soo-Ho was like in love with her since they were kids, and like had liked her forever. Yeah. And it's like, and then once she finds out, she's like, why didn't you tell me? We could have been happier long time ago.
But he made a really interesting point. He's like, yo, just wanted you to remember on your own, which you would want to. And my point of view too, I'd be like, yeah. And like, I'm not against Seo-Joon because he is awesome.
He was
amazing.
He was so
amazing.
Good. I was on the fence, man.
I know.
I like both of them, and like if she would have ended up with either, I would have been happy.
Yeah, it would have been fine. But I mean, so this is where I will get into like in depth with this. Unknown call. Don't answer it. If they don't leave a voicemail, it's not important.
When you get no caller ID name on a phone,
don't
answer it.
And so
at 9:30 at night.
Yeah, honestly, who's calling at 9:30 at night? If it's not your mom, don't answer. They leave a voicemail?
No, they're calling again.
What do you mean they're calling again?
It's probably Ali.
They can leave a voicemail.
They never leave a voicemail.
It's okay. So let us continue.
Okay, let's go.
So this is where I want to get into this love triangle, the relationship between the three, because I think it's important to understand the relationship between the three of them. Okay? Yeah. Not as a love triangle, okay, but as like
friends.
Like not just friends, but the relationship between the three. Mm-hmm. Not thinking about it as like a love relationship, just like the relationships. Mm-hmm. So one guy like Ju-Kyung, she transfers in from another school after being bullied, right? Yeah. So her dad loses money. They end up moving back to their old hometown.
And luckily she gets to transfer.
And she gets to transfer schools, which is great. So then she decides, I'm going to, I'm going to reinvent myself. Yeah. Right? And this is okay, I guess before we get into the relationship stuff, this is where I give her props because she went from being bullied, right, and bullied by like a so-called friend, right, who was trying to survive too. Bullied for no reason. Yeah. I don't like the way you look. You're ugly. Yeah. I don't like ugly people. Okay, well that's on you. Yeah. Like that's not my fault that you think I'm ugly. Go check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like fuck off. So like
in the girl's defense, she was just doing it so she wouldn't get bullied
more.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like
which didn't work.
It's all survival at that point, right? And when you don't have anything to like fall back on, it's like you're screwed. You're gonna be and you don't have anybody to help you. That you're fucked. You're fucked. Yeah. That's it. And Ju-Kyung was lucky enough to transfer, right? So she got to reinvent herself so that she wouldn't go through the bullying again. Yeah. And I give her like all the praise in the world because she was able to kind of get her mind out of that depressive mode, right? Yeah. She didn't fall into that depression kind of thing where she obviously like the trauma, every time she saw them or heard their name, she was just like fucking shaking.
Yeah. It's traumatic.
Yeah,
Especially the way she was like I was bullied in school, but if I see my bullies, I'm just gonna ignore them. Like I'm not gonna get.
Okay. I'm gonna calm down a bit here.
But it like I was bullied, and that had affected me a lot. But I think I was bullied for other reasons. Like it wasn't the same, right? Like obviously bullying ends up being the same in your mentality, but like I wasn't bullied to the point of trauma. Like we don't here, we're not allowed to do that kind of shit. And like
I don't have to be allowed to do it or not. They'll still do it. Trust me. Yeah. It's happened here.
I mind my own business.
Yeah. And
stay out of the way.
So what it is that the bullying that she's getting, it's not, and I was thinking of a way to really explain this. So someone who actually is, so if you as a person who's victim of bullying, you didn't do anything wrong. I'll tell you straight up, you did nothing wrong. If you were the one being bullied by people, you did nothing wrong. This is them projecting their own issues onto you, projecting themselves. So them bullying you is their way of dealing with their own issues, because them projecting on you. They want to. They don't want. It's like them suppressing that side, right? So the more they hate on you for the things that they think of themselves, but they're putting it onto you, is them trying not to admit that.
Yeah.
Right. And so being a victim of bullying, you did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. Don't even think that way. Okay. Don't think that you did something wrong to be bullied. No. If you did something wrong, a person will confront you about it. You're going to have a confrontation. So if you did something wrong, it's going to be a confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're confronted by something, that means you did something wrong. Right? If someone confronts you about something, not just because, you're hairier than most people, you're ugly. That's not something you did wrong. Like, I'm sorry, I'm hairy. I'll tell you a story about when I went to New Jersey. I'll tell you a story later.
Yeah, they're all Italian there.
Oh, don't worry. So it's like, okay, I'm hairy. That's good. What does that have to do with you? And what does my hairiness have to do with you? Right?
Yeah.
But if it's like, I was hitting on that guy's girlfriend, knowing that they're dating, right?
Yeah.
He's going to confront me about it.
Yeah.
That's not him bullying me. That's him confronting me about a situation that I caused.
Yeah.
Right? So if I will say I didn't talk to the girl, but then he comes at me and starts picking on me, then he's bullying me because I didn't do anything to deserve that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his girlfriend looked at me. Okay, I didn't know. Girls don't look at me. What the hell's this shit?
I do.
I hope so. You're my wife. But you know what I mean? So victims of bullying, there's nothing that you did wrong.
No.
Okay? Nothing that you did wrong. Because none of the excuses that they'll give you in the end are valid. None of them.
Yeah.
Even if it's like 10 years later and they want to come to apologize to you, they won't actually give you a valid reason as to why they did it. They'll just tell you, I'm sorry, I was a stupid kid. I was going through issues and I was taking it out on you.
Which usually they are, right?
Right?
And, like, that's the reason you get bullied.
Exactly. And it's not because you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Remember that. You did
You were
nothing
just
wrong.
there at the right time and they've chose you.
Wrong time.
Wrong time, sorry.
Wrong time for you, right time for them.
Yeah.
Right?
And they chose you. They
chose
targeted you, and that was it. It was not even.
That's what it is. So don't ever get it in your head that you did something wrong. That you did nothing wrong. Just like Ju-Kyung did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
All she had bad skin.
Yeah.
That sucks. That actually sucks. So she needed someone to show her how to freaking clean her skin.
Can we just point something out here? So, mom is a fucking esthetician, okay? She's a licensed esthetician who does people's faces, like who does facials, who does makeup. So why on earth wouldn't you help your daughter, like, fix, not, okay, honestly, she was fine. Like, if that's what your face looks like, honestly, you looked fine. Maybe just fix your eyebrows, cut them, shape them a bit. Not a big deal. Takes 2 seconds. Wash your face. Like, that's all you can really do.
Well, that's it. Like the parents, like the mom didn't help at all. I'm sorry. Like you're really blinded to what's going on in your household.
Yeah.
You're blaming, instead of actually talking to your daughter, you're just blaming her all the time.
Well, it's middle child syndrome, right? Like, she likes the oldest and the youngest. But then the middle child was always picked on as a kid, and they always thought she was ugly. So they just like, okay, we're just gonna forget about her, kind of.
Well, that's it. And it's like, well, you're not any different than the people.
Yeah.
And like, I know she realized it at the end.
Yeah.
After she was bullied, and
What, like
after
16 years later?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like you've been calling your own daughter ugly for the last 16 years.
Yeah.
On top of all the why do you think she didn't talk to you?
Yeah.
Right? Tell you about all the bullies, because you're just repeating what the bullies were saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, so Ju-Kyung, like, yeah, she had bad skin. She just needed someone to like show her how to, use certain face washes and whatnot. I mean, like,
you're in Korea though.
Yeah, not everybody has the people to, like, you know what I mean?
No, but that's not even it. Like, Korea, from my understanding, is like the skincare capital of the world.
But if you're not interested in it, if no one's telling you oh, you have bad skin, if they're just saying, oh, you're ugly, in your mind you're just like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm ugly, I'm ugly. You're not gonna think, oh, I need to fix my skin. Like, you're embedded in your head. It's like, oh, I'm just ugly. Nothing's gonna
I
help.
thought they honestly, I thought these people like train their kids from an early age to take care of their skin.
Well, you
Like
try
it's
to
on every
everywhere.
corner.
You try to, in every country, they try to tell you, wash your face, kid. No, I'm gonna go play in the mud instead.
Okay, well, playing in the mud is fine. Just clean it after.
Anyways, so she just needed a little
Yes.
help. It's not like she needed to cover up her entire face with makeup.
Honestly,
But
when
that's
she
what
did
she
her
did, right?
eyebrows and like stopped frigging up her hair, like the frizzy mess that it was,
Yeah.
she was fine.
So, anyways, yeah. So Ju-Kyung, she just needed that little bit, and what happened was she ends up finding makeup as a way to do it, because she stumbles upon makeup video, and it's like, oh, this person turned into a completely different person. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this, right? So she finally gets into it, and that's what she uses. So again, you look at it like this, as what she's doing is creating a mask. Instead of facing her problems, she masks it, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Which honestly helped for a little while.
Well, that's it. You need that. You need to rebuild that self-esteem somewhere,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it takes that. It doesn't take much, right? And if that helps you, keep doing it until you can really kind of reassure yourself, right? So when she reinvents herself, she goes to a new school, new high school. She's got a new face, new face. She meets like a bunch of different characters, new friends, whatever. She makes friends, and she's like, oh my God, they like me because I'm pretty. They like me because I'm pretty.
Yeah.
So that's where her mask kind of turns into
Her new identity.
instead of her self-defense kind of thing, right? And that's where you're kind of like, you don't let it, don't make it seem like they only like you because you're pretty, right? And that was her friend,
Bang Mina.
what's her face? Yeah, Mina.
Yeah.
Kang Mina, yeah,
Kang Mina, sorry.
not Bang Mina. I'm like, no, not my girl.
So okay, I wish she had more screen time because I really liked her character.
She was really great.
So, like you were saying, like her friend loved her because she was pretty, but at the end of the show, when she found out that she wasn't perfect,
Yeah,
she's like, you really thought I was that shallow that I wouldn't like you even though you weren't perfect?
exactly.
It's like, no, she already knew no one's perfect. So what's the big deal? Like, I like you for your personality. And oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah. And that was like, that was it. That was like, the only reason why she was mad was because you lied.
Yeah.
And like, that's
You didn't trust her enough.
Exactly, right? Especially knowing that somebody else knew.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I thought I was your friend.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of thing. And that was like perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
Right? Because she was actually a good friend.
I like her. I like their relationship.
She was,
like
she was.
Kang Mina and her boyfriend. They were funny.
Yeah, they were really, really good. Even especially like close to the end too.
Yeah.
So when she gets to high school, all that stuff, she meets Chan-woo's character, Soo-Ho, at the comic book store.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have her face on, right? So she meets her at high school during the day, and in the afternoon, she meets him at the comic book store, and it's like, he obviously knew right away.
Yeah.
He had suspicions, but he wasn't like repulsed.
No.
He wasn't like, oh, you're ugly. He was just like,
because
I know you.
Yeah, it's like, I know who you were.
Yeah,
And like, I liked
know.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So that was like an interesting thing, because that's what kind of drew her to him, right? Where it's like, oh, he didn't judge me. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like he seen me like this, but he didn't say anything, right? And that was like her biggest fear throughout the show, was like for other people to see her face underneath the makeup.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, I don't want people to see the real me, is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And he saw the real her.
It's my mask.
Right? So it was interesting to see that, because then you see that's when you start seeing the relationship between the
Yeah.
two. And then when Seo-Joon comes back to school, and he kind of comes in because of his misunderstandings from the past with Suo,
Yeah.
drags him towards her, Ju-Kyung,
Yeah.
to try and kind of like,
F it up.
yeah, pretty much. And it's not like he liked her at first. He was literally just trying to screw things up for Suo. And then did screw it up for himself because he ends up falling for her, but then she was already in love with the other one, right? So this is where the relationship part that I wanted to talk about comes in. So these three, okay, need each other.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ju-Kyung is the one that came in as that bonding character to bring both these two back together, right? Without her, if she didn't transfer to that school,
They just would have been enemies.
they would hate each other for the rest, you know what I mean? And they wouldn't have cleared up the misunderstandings that happened. Suo wouldn't have had the support that he needed. Seo-Joon didn't have the fun that he wanted, when he was in high school. So I know a lot of the people who are Team Seo-Joon are probably gonna hate me going through this, but in my opinion, she was meant to be with Suo.
Yeah.
And he needed her
To bring him out.
and he needed her in general. Like he needed her.
I think they were
more
just
than
fated.
anybody else.
They were fated
yeah.
because they knew each other as kids, and obviously that's not always something that happens. Like someone as a kid, and you end up married, or like together as teenagers. Yeah. But I think for them it is.
Yeah, and so now I'll get it. Well, I'm going to talk more about Suo and Seo-Joon, okay? I love Seo-Joon. He's an amazing character. He would literally be a friend that I would have wanted in high school. Yeah. I love my friends, okay? Theo, I love you. Cardi, I love you. Oswald, I love you. In high school, I had...
Two of those friends weren't in high school.
They weren't in high school with me. I had Theo with me in high school, and it was great. You know what I mean? But we were both very shy people in high school.
Timid. Timid's the word of the day.
So it's like... having like someone like Seo-Joon as like as a friend, as like someone that'll have your back. Yeah. Oh man, that would have been amazing. That would have been so awesome, right?
And like has your back behind the scenes too,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He doesn't have to tell you that he has your back. He just fucking deals with shit.
Exactly. And like she needed that, and he needed that. And all three of them needed that. But Suo was the more broken character out of all three of them. Yeah. Okay. Grant, like even with Ju-Kyung going through all the bullying, she held pretty well. Yeah. Which was like, yo, power, props, bro. Like that's like, yeah, that's hard to like deal with, right? Absolutely. And the fact that you were able to kind of keep kind of moving forward once you transferred, like you saw that transfer as like a golden opportunity and you took it. That's great. You know what I mean?
Seo-Joon also had his mom and his sister there with him,
right?
And so that was a support system.
Exactly. So Seo-Joon had a support system. He had that. So this is the exact. So Seo-Joon had his group of his boys. He had his boys. Granted they're all funny, but like they all had his back. He had his mom. He had the love from his mom. He had the love from his sister. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was, he was people at school were intimidated by him, but he still had a group of friends. He had a big group of friends, right? And people still kind of weren't as intimidated by him as Suo. Yeah. So Suo, his mom died when he was younger. His dad was just a fucking player. Yeah. The misunderstanding that happened. So after his best friend committed suicide. Yeah. That broke apart him and Seo-Joon's friendship. It broke off his relationship with his father because all of a misunderstanding that happened because their best friend died. And then all like his close friend Soo-Jin, right? She hated him for a long time because they were friends since they were kids, but he hated him because he was always ahead of her in school. Yeah. And
I don't think she hated him. She just
it was it was not like a hate, like I hate you need to die kind of thing. Like it was more of a I hated that you're always better than me because I get exactly. You don't try and I get beat at home if I'm second, right? And it's always like And she gets over that eventually, right? And finally sees that her feelings were not hate. It was like she loved him, but she hated the fact that, all that shit happened. It causes problems at home.
Exactly.
So she wasn't as friendly with him growing up, right?
No.
She was always like a little bit of attitude all the time. And he had no actual friends at school.
Yeah.
No, he was like not ostracized, but like everybody was intimidated by him.
Yeah.
Right? So he had no actual support system. No one to support him, no one to help him. Like when he was grieving for when his friend died, he didn't get a chance to actually grieve properly because he had no one around him to allow him that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He didn't mourn the guy. So when Ju-Kyung came into the picture, she became that kind of pillar for him, right? And not only like, I don't want to say pillar, but a bridge for him and Seo-Joon, right? And that gave him a chance to grieve. We got to see in an episode he broke down.
Yeah.
He finally had someone who actually loved him
and cared and listened.
And
was there.
And she gave that, her presence itself created a chain of events.
Yeah.
Right? Which led Seo-Joon back to Soo-Ho, right? So Soo-Ho and Seo-Joon were finally communicating again, right? Instead of fighting all the time. So Soo-Ho needed Ju-Kyung more because without her, Seo-Joon wouldn't have, like, he wouldn't have come in and been like, oh, I want to fuck this shit up for him. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a dude, if it was like Taehoon, like Kang Min-ho's boyfriend, if he was the one that came in, he wouldn't have been like, oh, I don't want to fuck this shit up for him. Yeah. Right?
Like, he wouldn't have cared if it was a guy.
He wouldn't have cared. But like, he saw this as like he thinks he can move on from causing this shit up. I'm gonna fuck this shit up for him, right? But that in turn turned into something good. Yeah. Because it got them talking again. It got them interacting, right? Yeah. But Seo-Joon kept causing problems for him. And like, I love Seo-Joon, and I'm gonna keep saying it, but I am Team Soo-Ho because he needed that pillar, he needed that bridge, he needed that love from Ju-Kyung to be able to come out, and she needed that from him, to be able to come out of her shell, to like get rid of that mask. You know, without him, she wouldn't. She would have always had that mask on. She wouldn't have been able to freely express herself, right? And then you have Seo-Joon, who was more of like an assassin behind the scenes. Okay, I want to say knight in shining armor, but like he was more behind the scenes, right? And like he did a lot for her. Obviously, like not behind the scenes only, but like, in my opinion, more of like an assassin. But for both of them, you know what I mean? But he really helped her with the bullies that came back. Yeah. He like Soo-Ho helped too a bit. Yeah. But I think the one that really helped with that behind the scenes was Seo-Joon. Yeah. And granted, how amazing it is that he did. It's not necessarily what should have happened, is that because she needed to face them,
but she ended up facing them. But like, honestly, to constantly deal with these type of bullies, like, it's very tiresome. Like,
I 100% agree, and I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah, and to get like a little break, or to get like some support where, oh shit, she has backup now, like, damn, you know? Yeah. So that's always a nice thing.
Yeah, of course. And I agree. And I think, excuse me, I think without Seo-Joon and behind the scenes, she wouldn't have been able to do it. Yeah. Right? Without having that support from Seo-Joon, she wouldn't have been able to face the bullies.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So they all, and this is what I mean. Like it's I am Team Suo.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like
that's
both of them.
my opinion because I preferred
Trouble.
him. I love Seo-Joon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he was more like an older brother to her than anything.
Yeah.
And that's the way she kind of viewed him,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like he got friend zoned quite fast,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like he was, before he even fell in love with her, he
Yeah.
was friend zoned.
Which, like, is fine because technically she was friend zone too.
Yeah, technically.
Until,
at
like,
the
he was
beginning,
like,
until
"Oh,
he
I
was like,
actually like
oh,
her."
yeah. It's like, oh, shit. But you see how all three of them needed each other. It's like she was like that person that really bonded all of them. Like, without her, these two would have been a wreck for the rest of their fucking time. Like, they maybe like 10, 20 years down the road, maybe they would have fucking got over it. But then it's like, you just wasted.
Yeah.
20 years,
And they
right?
needed each other, like, in their lives. They needed that
Yeah,
bond.
yeah. Especially those two, like Seo-Joon and Soo, they really needed each other.
And I like, so once they realized that, what's his name?
Which one?
The other one, not Seo-Joon.
Suo?
Wow, I couldn't remember. I had like completely blanked. Suo, like once they realized like he wasn't so intimidating after all, like the Kangmina's boyfriend and the other nerdy guy just sort of like, okay, we're coming over, we're gonna be friends with you. And like he gets friends and he gets to kind of be like
he gets to have that normal school life.
And then when they go over to play video games with him and he's like, they're playing, like, you should try this, and he just kicks all their asses and he doesn't actually play the game very often.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
He's just a genius. Oh my god, he's like Theo. So Theo, if you give him a game, he'll master it in like 5 minutes. He'll start playing. Once he knows the mechanics, it's over.
Crazy.
It's
something
scary
in their mind, eh?
Oh man. And he'll never admit it. And like I've played NHL versus this kid while he was fucking wasted, not looking at the screen. I was completely sober and he still beat me.
That's sad.
And it's not like I suck, okay? I am decent, but fucking bastard. Yeah, so you see every like they three of them need each other to grow.
Yeah.
Without each other, none of them would have grown and moved forward in their lives.
Yeah.
They would have been stuck in that rut and that was it. Right?
Yeah.
And it was all like all around Ju-Kyung.
Yeah. People come into your lives at the right time, right?
Exactly. And it's like it's not just like that person came into your life for you, it was for themselves as well.
Yeah.
And that was like Ju-Kyung needed them.
Yeah.
As much as they needed her.
Well, they helped her like gain the confidence and gain the friendship and everything, right?
Exactly.
So like she had two people, well, she had more than two people that she could rely on, but she had like a system that she could rely on now.
Yeah.
And like you watched her grow. She got like how long was it? Like 5 years later or something? 2
years later?
2 years
I remember.
later?
Oh, because his dad got sick and then he went to the States and he stayed in the States for 2 years.
Yeah. So then you see them.
Why would you do that?
So 2 years later, you see them, they're going off to college and whatever, like army and stuff. And she's working for, what was her name? Selena.
Yeah.
Like the makeup artist that she was watching on YouTube and she loved. And like she achieved what she wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she didn't transfer, she didn't meet these people that supported her dream, then she would have.
She wouldn't have been able to do that. Yeah. Selena, by just like quickly, her character was hilarious because it was like she was a bitch, but then she was like a nice bitch. Like she was saying nice things in a bitchy way, and you're just like, I don't know if that's a compliment or if she's being rude. But anyways, yeah. So she, exactly. So without that transfer, without, you know what I mean? Like it was literally this. None of this would have happened if her dad didn't lose all that money. Think about it.
They never got the money back.
They never got the money back. I don't think they got. No, they never got the money back.
No, they never got the money back. But they found the guy that took it.
They found the guy that took it,
and then he got
scammed.
Yeah.
So, if her dad never lost the money, she would have never got transferred. She would have continued to get bullied, she would have never have tried to put makeup on, because why would she do that when they would just bully her some more?
Exactly.
Right?
Let's actually point something out.
Go
So
ahead.
not only did she transfer schools, do all this, but her whole... Okay, so she transferred schools in like closer middle to end of the series. The friend comes to school, the one that was being forced to bully her. And she was also like, skin was bad. And she was getting bullied and whatever. So she comes to the school and... What's her face?
Ju-Kyung?
No, the other one, the evil but not evil one.
Soo-Jin?
Soo-Jin? No, the girl?
Yeah, Soo-Jin?
Yeah, Soo-Jin.
The badass one?
Yeah, so Soo-Jin kind of befriends her, realizing like, oh, there's some tension here. Like, does she know her? Do they know each other? And then she kind of just uses her to get to
for her own plans,
for her own benefit and plans and whatever. But then you kind of just see her like, how do you say it? Ju-Kyung. Not only does she avoids her at first, but then she also befriends her.
Well, she saves her.
Yeah, she saves her, and it's like, yeah, like she was ignoring her and being a bitch at first, but it's just because she didn't want herself to be outed, right?
Yeah, well that's it, right? It was survival at that point, but then she realized like, okay, I can't be like like them.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So she saves her and then befriends her, and then they all become friends. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the show. Like this is like it's. You think it's just like entertaining and over the top teen drama, but you learn a lot. Yeah, like you need to really watch it. If you watch it, and you'll really understand like the themes about it. Like, yeah, it's over the top, and you're gonna be like, oh, they're just making light of these situations. It's like, no, they're trying to show you
the severity it is.
They want to show you these situations in a way that you're going to actually watch them. Because if you see this in a very serious way, you're not going to pay attention to it. Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah. No one likes watching like these comedy dramas and then there's like a serious, theme going, and it's like no one wants to do that. They're gonna be like, oh, they're taking the show too seriously. It's supposed to be a comedy. No, what the fuck? So they're showing it to you in this manner to get the point across so that you remember it
in a lighter mood.
Exactly.
So you don't have to cry the entire
time. Yeah, exactly. It's not for it to be taken lightly. Yeah. It's for you to to grasp it better.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, so that's the show. Woohoo! It was a great show. Everybody should watch it. Definitely watch it. Don't hate me if you're Team Seo-Joon. I still love you, and I love Seo-Joon. That's my boy. Funny thing is, he's actually our age compared to everybody else in the show. 30-year-old playing a fucking 17, 18-year-old. Yeah, funny. He does. That's the funny part, because that's like, he was in 18 again, the remake of 17 again, the American movie. And he played a high school student there too. And it's like, he's like 28, 29, 30.
Did you finish that show?
No, I didn't finish it. I need to finish it. I like it. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. I feel like they should have done the American version and do a show about it, and then you can go in depth with this show's what it's actually doing, which is great. And I guess that's it for today for True Beauty. And we can't talk about True Beauty without talking, but we're gonna talk about on what's good in the hood. Root. If you watch the show, okay, then you're gonna know an iconic scene where Ju-Kyung goes over to Seo-Joon's house to do makeup for his sister, and he comes out of his room in his leopard print boxers, and he starts singing the Mino Zico song, Okie Dokie Yo. That song, it's funny because the song blew up right after, and everybody's like, oh my god, this song is from like 2000. Hold on. Where? Let me get the actual year it came out, because I've had this on my playlist. The year it came out.
Oh, jeez.
Like, the year it came out, I was like heavy into Zico and his new stuff, and then he did a song with Mino. Sorry, man. So 2015. Okay, that summer.
Wow, that's a bit old. That's surprising.
That's what I mean. Like, everybody was on it, like, oh my god, anybody hear the song? It's like, yo, this has been on my playlist on repeat, like, for how long,
Yeah,
right?
for a long time.
I love this song. I love this song because it's a rap song, and like, so Mino is from Winner, okay, and Zico is from Block B. Yeah, they're both rappers from both of them. Mino has a different style than Zico, but he's very adaptable, which is great. And you see in the song where they have, you see their styles are different, but they similar styles for this beat, which is great.
Yeah.
Which the beat, I fucking love this beat. I love this beat. So they did a song for, if I remember correctly, for Show Me the Money. I don't remember which season it was for. Probably like season, what is it? He said it in one of the songs. Season 2000, what season? 4 or 6? 4 or 6. One of those two. Yeah. And so I think Zico was a producer on one of them, on that one, and he did a song with Mino. Mino was trying to win. The song is a typical, like, not typical, it's a rap song. This is like, it's not K-pop, it's Korean hip hop is what it is. And I love it because Mino's verse has a lot of it's like one like in English he goes, I want some cheesecake, yeah, I want some dead president. And it's like, the president is money. Cheesecake is money. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, he's all about like how he's trying to, he wants to get big, so he wants to make money, he wants to be famous, kind of thing. It's like, that's like the typical, that's what a lot of rappers do, right? They talk about that, but it's great because you see, it's like he's not on that typical Winner, what he did with Winner. It's a different style completely, and it's a different lyrics completely from what they're used to, right? Same with like Zico. Yeah. But it's like the catchiest hook ever, right?
Yeah.
Is it true? Is that true? Yes. Okie dokie, yo. And I find it hilarious how it would just blew up. It just blew up this year. It's in 2020, right?
Yeah.
5
years later.
It's like, yo. Come on, guys.
I knew this song long before you did.
Yeah. And I guess, like, because some people don't actually listen to, like, hip-hop, right? They'll listen to K-pop, but they won't listen to hip-hop. Like, so they'll probably listen to Block B, but they probably won't. But they probably won't listen to Zico's solo stuff, right?
But Zico's sick.
Zico is, like, amazing.
He's so good.
Amazing.
I'm surprised they don't listen to him, since he does put so much effort into it. And, like, he does a lot of, like,
he's
press and stuff, no? When he produces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he did Super Junior's Yeo, right? He produced and wrote that for last year's comeback. He's done a song with IU. He's done so much. He has his own label that Big Hit just bought. So now the label is under BTS's label. So it's like, first of all, he's rolling in it, but like, I mean, like, this is happening while he's in friggin' in the military.
Damn.
But like, you kind of think about it now, and I'm trying not to take away from Mino, but Zico, he was featured on Rosario with Epic High and CL, and it's like, Epic High are the OGs. Yeah. So that's like an acknowledgement of like, yo, you're a legend too, right? Being on that song, because the whole song is about how Epic High paved the way, and he says in the song, he paved the way for those paving the way, right?
But Zico's just like a mirroring of that, though, right?
Yeah,
like
he's like,
they paved the way for him to be who he is now.
Exactly, and he's paving the way for the next generation.
Yeah,
exactly. He's on his way to become a legend.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Mino, because Mino is amazing. Mino is really, really fucking good. He's really talented.
Yeah.
And it sucks sometimes because when you're part of these groups, you're depending on your company and depending how long you've been together, you're kind of your individuality, your talent that it doesn't stand out. It's all crushed, right? Zico got lucky, whereas Block B's company wasn't the fucking greatest, and they had to do things on their own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Mino being able to, like, people like Mino, who's able to, go from the group to doing his solo stuff and really shining, is amazing. Like one of the songs I listen to all the time that I have on my playlist is "Fiance" by Mino, and that's like, I love that song because it's so different and it has such a different, the beat that it uses, it's a different, the sounds are different than typical, which is amazing, and he really works with it, and you see how talented he is with being able to switch his flow and ride the beat properly. Like, a lot of rappers can't do that. A lot of rappers, you can either, this is why Eminem is a genius, because he will either ride the bass line, or he'll ride the drum kit, or he'll ride the riff, or he'll ride that random sound that you hear in the background, or he'll ride the main melody. Like, he'll do every single one of them. He can do it. Zico is similar in that sense as well. Mino has that ability, that feel, like you can hear that, like he can do it. Yeah. A lot of rappers can't do that. You know what I mean?
Especially
it's
nowadays.
not and the shit that we have to listen to nowadays. But there's a lot of amazing rappers, and then you can when you hear rappers that can do this, you hear their versatility. Yeah. Right? And it's great because Mino, you hear his versatility in this in Okie Dokie. And you hear Ezekiel's versatility in Okie Dokie, especially knowing and listening to their songs with their groups. Yeah. To this solo song that's like, you got K-pop to hip-hop. You hear that fucking versatility and that talent. It's like, wow. Like, this is what the world needs. Real music. Good music. But Okie Dokie, yo. Woot. I think that's it. Yeah. For today. Yeah. For a while? No, I'll see you guys next week. For a little bit. I'll see you guys next week. We'll see. I gotta figure shit out.
Happy season finale. Season 1.
Happy season finale.
Happy season 1 finale. Woo!
Woo!
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
In North America.
In North America, is it North America? Yeah, North America.
Know
it's
where else it is.
Christian holiday, the Catholic Christian holiday. So whoever celebrates Christian holiday, because it's like the rising of Jesus, right? Yeah. Okay, let's not get into all that stuff.
Technically, I'm Catholic, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to religion.
Yeah. I went to a Catholic school, but I'm spiritual right now. So
anyways, we love you.
So we love you. Thank you for joining us every week.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up with
our nonsense.
Our rants. Yeah. Our long ass fucking talking of nonsense and shit. Excuse our language. Yeah. I hope you enjoy us swearing, because when you watch K-dramas, man, like this one over here, when she doesn't like something on the screen, you know it. You know it.
But we love you and thank you.
We love you. Thank you. Yeah.
Follow us on the socials so you can see any updates when we're coming back.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep you updated on the giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Soon. I know I keep saying it, but I promise soon.
We're just really lazy.
It's
procrastination nation.
It's not procrastination, man. It's not. This is not procrastination. You want to do it right, and you got to figure out how to do it properly. Yeah. And I'm not trying to half-ass this shit like we do on our podcast. Trying to do it right. So thank you. We'll see you soon, and stay safe, stay healthy, 6 feet away. Put the mask on your house party. I love you.
Peace out.
Peace out.